Hey there, everybody. Good Sunday evening. How are you? We will be starting the stream here in just a split second, and we'll go from there, right? Let me mute my audio here in the Weather Center. I'm going to give you an update on the cold air and where we are headed from this point forward. I tell you what, it's been very cold, but I tell you, we are going to have another week at least of this cold weather in place. And let's just get right into our discussion. Great to see you on the Sunday evening. First and foremost, folks, how about the Packers? Wow, what a game we had earlier this evening. Onwards and upwards, right? We are heading to San Francisco going into next weekend at some point. And let's get into your weather discussion this evening. And I'm going to dual box this here so I can stay on the screen. Just bear with me for a quick second. There we go. Okay. I'm in the top right, and we've got the graphics here in the big box. So let's talk about Dallas. We are calling it Lambeau South tonight because the temperature outside the stadium right now, 14, as those folks are leaving the stadium, or were leaving the stadium. Very cold, wind chill at 0 down there. So it is cold just about everywhere, it seems like, in the lower 48. And before we bring it back closer to home, I want to show you the disastrous winter weather developing across the Mid-South from Memphis to Nashville tonight, North Mississippi. That's where I used to work, and when they get a few inches of snow and a glaze of ice, it shuts everything down. So let's just take our foot of snow we had here over the last couple of days over just a handful of inches and some ice like the folks down south will be dealing with over the course of tonight into tomorrow, and then bitterly cold air. It's just rough weather when winter occurs down there in the deep south. But bringing it closer to home, let's talk about the snowfall surplus and snowfall deficits that we've had here across the region. We'll bring this up full screen. And we have had a change of pace here over the last couple of days, really the last week. Green Bay now in a surplus for the season, 28.7 inches. That is over 6 inches above where we should be for this time of year. Keep in mind we had some significant snowfall deficits ongoing around here. Now, some of us didn't see the extreme snow over the last few days, but many of us from the Fox Valley to the Lakeshore really got dumped on. Milwaukee now in a small surplus, and also Madison and Chicago. Other parts of the region like Wausau and La Crosse, Eau Claire, the Twin Cities, Marquette, still suffering from some snowfall deficits here. And we'll see if we can't change things up as we go throughout the course of the rest of the winter. Now, talking about snow, what was really cool to see today from outer space, that we finally saw some nice clearing around here, that we could see all of that fresh snowpack. And this is a high-resolution satellite image that was taken from NASA earlier this afternoon. I've plotted Green Bay and Appleton. You can see the Door Peninsula there. There's really not a lot of ice on the bay. There's a little bit of ice growing on Lake Winnebago right now, and we'll start to see more ice develop here as we go throughout the next week as we stay below freezing, it looks like, for at least the next, let's just say 7 days. I think our next chance to get above or at freezing would be a week from Monday. Now, right now, as we get into your weather discussion, if you were watching the Packers game and missed our early newscast, we'll just go through where we're going over the next week or so here. Still a little bit of cloud cover in the region, but we have fair skies overall. I just popped my head out in Green Bay at the TV station, and we have some clearing, some lake effect clouds that is still producing some snow across the UP and western lower Michigan, but we're actually looking at some fair conditions here. And as we zoom out, there's a big area of low pressure that will continue to swirl up in Canada, and that's just going to allow a reinforcing shot of cold air really all week long. So our major snow is done for the time being. We may see a little bit of light snow Wednesday, also into our Friday. But by and large, we're not really looking at a lot of significant snowfall anytime soon. Okay, so the big story now is the wind chill. We have first alert weather days going between now and Wednesday morning because of the very cold air in place. And these are current numbers here. It feels like minus 17 in Green Bay, minus 22 in Minneapolis, minus 30 in Bismarck. And if you see that darkest purple black color underneath the first alert weather logo, that is Alberta, Canada. or that is part of Alberta and Saskatchewan up there in Western Canada. I have seen some wind chills tonight, minus 40, minus 50, minus 60. It's not going to be that cold here, but that just shows you that is the direction the air is moving from there to here, and it will continue to get colder. So right now, our local wind chills range from about 6 in Marinette and Washington Island and 7 below in Shawano, we're all below zero, to minus 21 in Sheboygan and Rhinelander. So it is cold, and it will continue to get colder as far as that wind chill goes as we go throughout the overnight hours. And there is a wind chill advisory that has been issued, and this goes all the way through noon on Monday. Then it will likely expire, probably gets reissued for tomorrow night and Tuesday morning, same story into Wednesday morning too. So we have these advisories that will continue. It is just going to be cold. Winds now from the west, primarily 5 to 15, some higher gusts out there. So you combine the breezy conditions and our current temperatures that are really at around, let's just say around zero or slightly below zero across northeastern Wisconsin. The outlier, if you're in Washington Island or up there across northern Door County, you are saved from the extreme cold right now because the open water of the bay and the lake is moderating things a little bit. That's the banana belt here right now, but most of us suffering from some temperatures that are really, really cold, single digits here, above and below zero. So those are the current numbers. Let's talk about where we are headed with our forecast model here. Wind chills when you wake up and get ready for work or for school. We do have some schools running a 2-hour delay on Monday morning. We have folks that will be getting up to feel like temperatures here, minus 15, far northern Door County, to maybe as cold as minus 30 down towards Fond du Lac and Oshkosh and west and south. So the coldest air as far as the actual air temperature and as far as the feel like temperature will be west and southwest of the Fox cities during the duration of this cold snap. A little bit milder to the northeast, but still plenty cold. That is Monday morning. So let's get in and talk about our Tuesday morning, even colder. Minus 20 to maybe as cold as minus 35. And keep in mind, when we have wind chills below minus 20, we can have frostbite that occurs in 30 minutes or less. So you don't want to be outdoors anytime soon for an extended period of time without protection for all of your skin, your hands, your toes, your face, anything like that that can be exposed for an extended period of time could suffer frostbite in less than 30 minutes with these extremely cold wind chills. And going into our Wednesday too, a little bit warmer, but still below zero, minus 15 to minus 20 or 25. So Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, first alert weather days for some extremely cold, bitterly cold air here. That's the wind chill. Actual lows tonight, we're projecting anywhere from about 0 across far northern Door County to about minus 10 out towards the southwest. So over time, we are gradually cooling down, and we will get below 0 later on tonight. So very, very cold tonight, and that means a very chilly day tomorrow on your Monday. It is a holiday, MLK Day. Some of you may have the day off from work or off from school, but if you will be out and about, we will be struggling into the single digits above 0 for a high. So below 0 tonight, even with a fair amount of sunshine tomorrow. I'm calling it Arctic sunshine because really this air mass is from the Arctic. It's going to be very cold on Monday, and our temperature trend here for the day Monday shows we start out below 0, climbing to around 0, hopefully by midday and into the low to mid single digits across the region in the afternoon. But wind chills all day long will be sub-zero, anywhere from about minus 10 to minus 20 in the afternoon, but colder in the morning and then colder again going into the evening. But aside from the cold, it's actually going to be a pretty nice weather day across the region here. And the next 3 days, not showing a lot of improvement. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, single digits, a little bit milder, pushing 10 degrees on Wednesday. Now, I do think we'll have a chance for a little bit of light snow on Wednesday, especially across the north, but don't get too excited. It's not going to be a major event if we do see some light snow. I am, at this point, suggesting it could be little to maybe a nuisance type event here, but right now there could be a little bit of light snow on Wednesday. The big story in the near term is the cold air. So going back to First Alert Pinpoint Predictor here, I want to show you the region starting the clock here this evening. We have lake effect clouds across lower Michigan and in the UP, and we have a few clouds here across Wisconsin. But by and large, we're looking at some pretty quiet weather here for our Monday, so I'm calling it partly cloudy to mostly sunny, but some of you could see a little bit more cloud cover than others on Monday. As we advance this and go into your Tuesday, it looks like we'll be looking at a few more clouds, still very cold, wind chills below 0, single-digit highs, but not really a lot of fanfare, pretty quiet. Roads will gradually be improving here. They've been doing that since the storm wrapped up Saturday morning, so over time, since we're not expecting a lot of significant snow anytime soon, and we will see a fair amount of sunshine for the next week or so in general, we'll start to eat away at that snowpack and ice pack on some of those highways as time goes on. Now, going into your Wednesday, we're not displaying any significant snow or even any snow here across the region with this particular forecast model, but we do show a lot of clouds, and I do think that there could be some snow that is not being picked up by this run-up predictor. But again, if we do see snow Wednesday or even into Friday too with another weak system, our precipitation chances, snow chances, pretty limited. So I'm going to keep those at about 20% for Wednesday and Friday. Really are only 2 days of any snow or wintry precipitation, and that's even a low-end chance at this point here. So again, no significant snow expected, plenty of cold air expected as we go throughout the next week or so here, and that's just the way it's going to be. The Arctic air mass, it's here. This really has come right down from the Arctic. We're going to have a couple of reinforcing shots here for the rest of the work week into the coming weekend, but I do want to show you that things will be changing by maybe as early as next Monday or next Tuesday. Milder air will start to push back in, and that will push that Arctic air back to Canada. And we are thinking at this point that we will likely be above freezing as we get into the early part of next week. So a quick look at our extended forecast here. This is where we are headed. We have some very chilly temperatures going into the next couple of days with single-digit highs Monday, Tuesday into our Wednesday. Again, that first alert weather day for those bitterly cold wind chills Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning. Again, there could be a little bit of light snow on Wednesday, maybe Friday. We're going to moderate things a little bit Thursday through the weekend. Low teens initially, mid to upper teens if we're lucky on Sunday. And then after that, next week, it's not showing up on that graphic right there, but probably next Monday, a week from Monday or a week from Tuesday, we should start to see that thaw, if you will, maybe that January thaw. We are paying that steep price for all of that warm air that we had in the month of December, right? It was record warm, and we had rain on Christmas, but now we've really changed things up. So this is the coldest air we've had so far this winter. Will it be the coldest air for the entire winter? Well, way too early to determine. We still have to get through February 1st, and it can still stay cold and still, obviously, as we know, into parts of March and April. But right now, it is bitterly cold, and that's just where we are headed. Overall, the weather pattern's looking pretty quiet, but it's just going to be pretty cold here for the next 7 days. So that's a quick weather update for you, and we will be on the TV tonight at 10 o'clock with the very latest, and of course, tomorrow morning, starting at 4:30 on the TV too, with the latest as you get ready to start your Monday. So that's the weather situation here on this Sunday evening. I hope you had a great weekend. I know it's been cold, and my back is sore from digging out here over the last few days with all that snow. But things are quieting down, and we're just going to get through the next little while, this next cold snap here, as Mother Nature gives us this cold, and then we'll start to moderate things in about a week. So that's the latest and greatest here from the Weather Center. Stay warm, stay safe, and we'll see you later on.